Welcome back to another Out of the Woods adventure. This is part 3 of our California family road trip. On the previous video, we spent a day exploring around Yosemite National Park. Unfortunately, as that day went on, my wife started to feel not so good, thinking she'd caught some bug. So she decided to stay home today or at a hotel to hopefully get better, while Buddy and I decided to head up into Sequoia National Park to enjoy the sights.
Look at those in front of us, dude. Look how big those are. My goodness, those are massive. I cannot believe how big these trees are. They're massive. Blows me away every time. Hey, buddy. Are you excited to see one of the biggest trees in the whole wide world?
We decided to start the day at the General Grant Trail, which is the second largest tree in the area.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah?
We're almost to the spot, or the tree, that you can walk through. That's gonna be cool, dude. How cool is that, bruh? Hey, buddy. Look over there. That's what you just walked through, bud. That's a whole tree that fell down and you just walked through it like a squirrel. Are you a squirrel? So we're coming up General Grant. It's huge. My goodness. Look at that tree, dude.
Is that the big one?
That's the big one. The National Christmas Tree. You see that?
General Grant is the second largest tree in the world, but not because of its height, even though that's a crazy 270 feet, but because of how wide it is at its base, at 108 feet.
Yeah, that's huge. So, pretty cool seeing General Sherman, huh, buddy?
Yes.
Yes! Now, we have a whole bunch more of Sequoia National Park we plan to see. So, it's bright and early. What time is it? It is 7:50 in the morning. We got a fun day in store for us, buddy.
One of the best parts about coming early in the morning like this is how empty it is and getting to hear unique sounds.
Oh, here, listen. Oh, look, come here. Look. Do you see it on the branch? That's the crow. They can make some of the most unique sounds. So I saw a video recently, I think on TikTok, of this lady, and she had a pet raven, and I had no idea just how vocal ravens can be, or they're just how the difficulty of the things they can do with their vocals. She was saying how most people know about parrots and how they can talk. Crows apparently also can talk, because this one was talking. And being one of the smartest birds in the world, they not only can talk, but they can, I guess, somewhat understand what they're saying instead of just mimicking or copying something. They kind of know what they're saying, I think is what she was telling or saying in the video, but they can mimic just about any noise they hear, which explains a lot, because there's been times that I've been out in the mountains backpacking and stuff and have heard noises that I can't explain and just have no idea what they were. They were kind of creepy at the time, but now that I know that ravens can make a variety of sounds, basically any sound they've ever heard they can mimic, that explains a lot, because although I am a firm want-to-believer in Bigfoot and all the noises they say he makes, I'm guessing more than likely they were they were ravens. Or maybe it was Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. That's my heart's desire, is that Harry is out there somewhere and I'm gonna meet him eventually. If you haven't seen that movie, shame on you. You need to go see it. We found one we can go in. Go for it, dude.
Very steep. Steeper than it looks.
Whoa, dude.
What happens if the tree just fell on me?
That would not be bueno.
We enjoyed a quick morning there in Kings Canyon, and now we're heading over to Sequoia National Park, which is right next door. The great thing about both these parks is that there's something for everybody. If you just want to see the really beautiful views from the road, that's totally fine. If you want a longer hike, that's there too. And that's where we're headed next, is to do a little hike. I'm also glad that my memo got out about it being National Red Jeep Day. They all listened and they came.
So we just got to the General Sherman Tree trail. So excited to see another big tree. What about you, dude?
Goodies.
Goodies. Good answer.
The General Sherman Tree is the biggest tree in the world. Not the tallest, but the biggest.
You're on top of the world! Alright, come on, dude. Let's go find that tree.
Its trunk circumference is 100 feet. It's just massive.
Shade. Sun, shade. Sun, shade. Why are you videoing me?
You're loco, dude.
What? I'm just saying what we're in.
After a quick half mile down the trail, we finally arrived to see the General Sherman Tree. Along with all the other massive sequoias that surround it.
It's like his nose. He has like eyes on both sides.
Oh yeah.
You see that? And he kind of has a mouth down below.
He only has one mouth.
It's closed.
One
He's
eye.
like this. He's like,
He only has one eye.
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I love being around things that make me feel small, and this definitely does that trick. These trees are just mind-blowing standing beneath them, looking at how large the base is, and then just how they tower above you.
Are you climbing on one of the biggest trees in the world?
Yep.
So cool, dude. Are you pretty loco, though? I think you're pretty loco. Just basking in the sun. Love you, dude.
Love you.
All right, let's go see another tree. It's a big tree, huh, dude? You getting out of breath, dude? You feel it at 7,000 feet going uphill. Only downside of starting the hike going downhill is that you know you have to go back up. But we're almost back.
Yay.
Getting close.
Our hike back up was just a little bit slower than going down, mostly because of the altitude of 7,000 feet. But soon enough, we were back in the Jeep, heading on out, and just absolutely enjoying this clear lid that we have on the Jeep. If you're not familiar with these, it's a clear top that replaces the Freedom tops on your JK or your JL. And it's one of the best things that I've put on both my Jeep and my wife's Jeep. They let in so much great light and more view while also blocking out most of the heat. They're fantastic. Be sure to check out the link in my description if you're interested in learning more. After driving for not very long at all, we came across these 3 sequoias just off the side of the road and decided to pull over and just enjoy them a little bit. And of course for Asher, that means climbing on them. These trees are so big. They just dwarf people. It's huge.
Like Buddy, and he's all big with his big yacht and big muscles. But then, compared to the tree, boom! He's tiny. What do you think, buddy? That's all you're gonna say? Huh?
It's the funniest thing with him because he'll be super talkative and just all over the place, and then as soon as I put the camera on him, there's just nothing. It's the funniest thing when kids are like that. But now we're coming into an area that I honestly wasn't expecting to be open this time of year. There's a tunnel that was carved out of a fallen sequoia that I've driven through once. I'm not sure if I'm going to fit this time, but I'm excited to get to try. But before we even get to the tree tunnel, we ended up coming across a parking lot that I completely forgot existed, along with a hike that also I had forgotten about that now I think we have to do. That is, if we can find some parking. There weren't any no parking signs here on the side, so I called it good enough. Now it's time to go hit the trail.
So we hadn't really planned on doing this trail, but we found this, or we came across this parking lot for Moro Trail up top of this peak. It's super short, and I want to see this view, so it's totally worth doing, huh, bud? Definitely.
The hike to the top and back is about a mile long total, but it will feel like more than that because you're about to climb more than 350 steps to get to that top.
Lots of stairs, dude.
You might feel it even more because of the altitude, this one at about 6,500 feet. So it'll make you breathe, especially because of the exposure, but it's absolutely beautiful. I can't recommend this hike enough now after doing it.
Dude, how cool is this? That's not scary, it's awesome, bud. Was I?
Yeah. I think. Nope.
This is Asher's first lesson in false summits. This trail has a few of those where you think you're there and then you're not. We did finally make it though, and the view on top is incredible as expected.
Hey, buddy. Made it to the top, dude. Pretty cool, huh?
This view looking out over the Sierras truly is incredible, especially with that dusting of snow. So pretty.
Well, that was a pretty cool hike. This a fun hike, buddy?
Yes, but very good.
Totally worth it, though, if you're here in Sequoia. I'd forgotten this trail existed until we drove by the parking lot. And so glad we stopped.
Now it's time to make that half-mile trek back down to the car, and then we will finally be off to the tree tunnel that I've been so looking forward to.
You're crazy, bub. No way, Jose.
The last time I was here, about 5 years ago, my Jeep was a little bit different, a little less modified than it is now, and I then just barely made it through the tree tunnel.
A lot of big sequoias.
So I'm honestly not sure if I'll make it through today or not, but we're about to find out. But first we gotta wait our turn and let all the other cars come through. Have to build that anticipation a little bit. And here we finally go. Couldn't quite capture the right angle. Obviously I made it through, but after inspecting everything later, ended up finding that I kind of rubbed the top of my tent bag a little bit. Didn't really damage it, but definitely scraped it up a little bit.
Yep, I think you're right. Are you a Karate Kid, dude?
Now we got that tree tunnel out of the way. It's time to head back to Fresno to pick up the rest of the family. Hey, buddy. Is today a good day?
Did you have fun? Good. Now time to go see Mommy and Sissy. Goodies. I want to send out a special thank you to Last Fit Floor Liners. They make the best floor liners on the market in my opinion. And if it wasn't for them, my floors with these road trips would look way different. But these keep them clean, they're easy to clean, they're the best. As we're getting closer to Fresno, I finally got some texts from Angel, and turns out she was feeling quite a bit better. So I started to have a pretty fun idea of what we were going to do once we got back to town. And especially the kids, I think are really going to enjoy this. It'll be a fun break away from the Jeep and away from the mountains. We found this amusement park in downtown Fresno, and they had a junior go-kart track, and Asher has never really been able to be behind the wheel besides sitting on my lap. So for him to be able to drive, push the gas and everything was a whole new experience for him, and it was really fun to see his face light up, just really experiencing his first time driving by himself. I've mentioned this in past videos, but I think one of the most important things to do on these family road trips is to not let it all just be about the mountains, but have a little break. Going to a place like this means all the world to the kids and even myself. And so after we finished up with the junior track, we came over to the adult track, and Kira is just old enough now that she was able to drive herself. And it took her a couple of laps to kind of get the gist of it, but then once she did, especially because of the added weight of Asher in my cart, I let her pass me on this turn here, and I could never catch up to her again. I'm sure it's something that she's going to hold on to forever and will never let me forget that she beat me racing on her very first time ever driving. Even though Asher wasn't driving on this one, he thoroughly enjoyed it. As you can hear him right there. After the racing, we came inside to the arcade to play around for a little bit before heading off to dinner at our friend's house. And Kira wanted to show us how strong she is.
Yeah, don't hit it. Punch it.
A little bit closer. There you go. A little further away. There you go. There, look. Turn your eyes, turn on the ball.
Oh, I see.
Like that. Yeah. Go for it. Look back.
Whoa, Munchkin. Good job.
After Kira's few tries, it was time for me to give it a little try. I recently had a shoulder injury, so I was trying to be a little careful and not re-injure my shoulder. I'm also pretty competitive, and so when I saw how close I got to that high score, I really wanted to try to get it.
Come on, keep going, keep going.
Oh, so close. I'm not strong. Mom. Hey, she got more than me. 550, Mom.
I'm gonna just... Asher just barely got it and did such a good job. Then I wanted to try one more time. That one did hurt just a little bit too. So I decided to stop after that. Kira and I decided to go race one of our favorite movies. Don't judge us. But Fast and the Furious. I'm glad she did a little bit better in the go-kart on the real track than she is on this video game. Then it was Asher's turn, and man, I am so glad he did a lot better on the real track than he did on the video game. I want to thank you so much for joining us on this part 3 of our California road trip. Make sure to like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for part 4 as we enter into the Redwoods, coming real soon.